Managing moderators to support your channel. Introducing managing moderator. Okay, we're going to close that for now. What's going on, y'all? Give me a moment because I haven't gone live in a while. I know y'all probably thought what happened. Nothing, everything, life. Um, Still here, still moving and shaking. Let me figure out my lighting. I know I look greasy as I don't know what. Bear with me. I'm finna fix some things. Okay, just yeah. Alright, so I gotta figure out what's plugged into what over here at my desk because now most of my equipment is at the other office. So I'm trying to figure some things out. Just bear with me. I know my face real close. And if y'all don't catch this now, because this is just a surprise. Ooh, girl, we greasy. You know what? We glistening like some fried chicken. That's what we doing. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? It's been a minute. I kind of went I went away for a minute. Not well, yeah, literally, figuratively, all the things. You guys, life be lifing, but I've been quietly observing the industry. I've been quietly making my own little moves and expanding, evolving. And I just wanted to do this little check in because I'm looking cute today. I'm feeling good. I'm really actually have been running around all day. I had to get my phone fixed today. And child, going to the phone repair place is like going to the emergency room now. I'm talking about 6 hours later. I mean, took up the entire day. Then I had an event after that. But I'm here. I'm coming back to my regularly scheduled program soon. Trying to figure out scheduling what works best for me and everything that's on my plate right now. So, what's been going on with the industry? I've been getting the calls, I've been hearing the things. It's been slow. If you're an adjuster out there looking for work, I feel you. It's been slow. Excuse my little greasy face, and I do not feel like patting it down. Your girl got oily skin, and that's just what it is. Okay, so just deal with it. It's a glow. Okay, if you know about the last dragon, you got that glow when you feel. I can't even do it because I'm so goofy. We glowing. But anywho, yeah, it's been slow. It's been slow, man. It's been real slow for I think a lot of y'all out there. Even though, so let's talk about it. Why has it been slow? Hi. Hey, Huda. It's been slow for a multitude of reasons. You know, I just hit my 20-year anniversary last year, y'all. 20 years. Can you believe that shit? Can I say shit on here? I don't know. We gonna say it tonight. Okay? This is Charlene at the dark. But the industry goes through ebbs and flows. It goes through ebbs and flows. It goes up, it goes down. Not even just the weather, you know what I'm saying, being busy with storms versus not being busy with storms. There's a lot of things happening. There's a lot of X factors outside of Mother Nature that I believe, and I'm not going to go deep into my conspiracy theory mindset, but I believe they be messing with our weather. Okay. But also, I think I've seen this happen before where they go into this pattern of the carrier specifically is the they that I'm talking about. They go into this pattern of they'll go into a wave of we're gonna hire a bunch of IAs, right? We're gonna do a bunch of new IA contracts. We're gonna bring on IAs. And then they switch out of that flow and go into we're just gonna bring on a bunch of staff. And they go in and out of this flow. So I believe that right now we're in the flow of they did like a big hiring push over the last, I want to say, maybe the last 2 years. It was definitely IA heavy during and after the pandemic. And I believe in that time they have been focusing on, they believe that the solution is, oh, we just need more staff. We need more staff. We need more staff. Um, and now that's, we're seeing the effects of that. Also, at the same time, the weather hasn't been as active as it was in, previously. So those things coupled together, I think, is why it's been slow. Now, here's the thing. There is so many things you can do. Go back to my other podcast, to the adjuster. What was my podcast? The Adjuster Checkup. Go look at them old episodes of the Adjuster Checkup podcast. I have a couple of episodes, and I can't remember which ones you all. I'd have to look it up. There's a couple of them where I'm telling you the side hustles that you can do aside from chasing claims, chasing storms. Okay? Because now the knowledge that you possess, you can use in other, you can cross over into other industries. Okay? You can look into being an appraiser. You can contact contractors in your area and write, if you're good at Xactimate and you're good at writing estimates, contact contractors in your area. Start going to, the Business Chamber of Commerce meetings. Wherever the contractors are connecting with each other, meeting with each other. If there's a convention in your town, if there is a contractor construction group where they're all meeting up, meet up. Go there. Tell them what you do. I'm an adjuster. Woo woo. I know this. I know that. I can write your estimates for you. You can write them up in Xactimate. You can do so many things to keep your money flow going where you're not starving. You feel me? All right? You ain't got to be starving out here. All right? Don't starve. It's not necessary. I can't tell you the last storm I chased. I'm not starving. 20 years in, I'm not starving. Now, here's the thing, though. You can only do that if you have been investing in your skills. And there's no shortcut to this. See, that's the thing. All right, let me just... I get tired of trying to be like a certain way. This after dark. Let me break it down to you because I'm tired. I can't like modify what I want to say without just keeping it absolutely real. So y'all who want to have a real conversation, let me know. Put it in the chat. Can I just be me for a minute? Can I be me and just really break it down for you all? And you may not even really like what I have to say, but I ain't gonna tell you no lies. Who want the breakdown? Because I feel like it's been a certain vibe that's been put out there about insurance adjusting, like it's a lick. Oh, become an insurance adjuster, you're gonna make $80,000 a year. You're gonna make $100,000 a year. I made, and mind you, listen, don't get me wrong, because I have my little videos on there where I'm interviewing the people that I've trained, and they talking about how, during the little, what was that, when we had 3 hurricanes, I think it was Jeff who made 250 G's in like fucking 6-8 weeks, right? Oh, thank you. You gorgeous, love. Enjoy your night. God bless. Oh, thank you. Enjoy your night. Come back for the replay if it's too late, because it is 10:25, and I don't even know why I'm awake because I'm tired and I got a meeting in the morning. But I just felt like this right now. Is that Kimmy? Am I saying it right? Is it Kimmy? Kiami Land? Thank you. But even when I'm saying, here's the difference when I'm saying, okay, this is the money you can make. Woo woo. The difference when I'm saying it is, I always tell you, this ain't no get rich quick. You're going to have to work hard. You're going to have to invest in yourself. You're going to have to invest in your skill set. You're going to have to invest in your education beyond your licensing class. And I feel like some people were kind of misled, and you may have gotten easily discouraged when you didn't see what was quote unquote promoted to you. Are there people getting their license and making 100 G's a year? Yes, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Even when I first started off in Katrina, I did not make 100 G's the first year. I didn't make 100 G's the second year. I think the first year, I think I made 80. The second year, I might have made 60 or 70. And then I started feeling like y'all should be kissing my ass. Y'all should be calling my phone because I'm the shit. And look at how y'all promote me every single time. And then I wasn't pursuing it as hard. And then I caught an attitude. And then I had to get my ass off my shoulders and be like, let me call this deployment and give me a damn gig. And I did. And after that, every job got better. The pay got better. The opportunities that I had got better till I did get to that point. But at the same time, I had to invest in myself. In my downtime, I put money aside while I was working so that I could get some more training. When I started as an adjuster, you couldn't get no State Farm certification for free. Y'all get that ish for free now. I couldn't get it for free. I think when we look back on our invoice, our State Farm certification cost us, first of all, we had to travel to go get it. It was not offered online. We had to pay for a flight or gas for our vehicles. We had to get a hotel because it was more than one day. And we had to pay for the fucking training as well. Same thing for flood certification. I had to pay for that shit. I paid $800+ for my State Farm certification. So, yes, can you make that money? You absolutely can. But it's not everybody that's trying to get you in the industry, you, your friends, or whatever. Tell them I curse a lot naturally, y'all. Tell them what the fuck is real. Tell them what the fuck is real. Tell them this some hard ass shit, is some hard ass work. They not paying you all this money for you to be no dummy. And that's one of the reasons why I believe too, when they have that flow where they sway and say, okay, we're going to go more to the staff side. Because in their minds, they believe, oh, if we have staff, we're training them ourselves. They're going to be better. Their quality of work is going to be better. I'm going to tell you the absolute real. Most of these insurance companies, their own personal trainers, they fucking suck. They are going to hate me. They suck, y'all. They do not train you well enough. Most of them, the trainers themselves, are not real fucking trainers. They literally pay other companies and buy their training curriculums, and then they train off of them. They do not curate a lot of times their own training for their own companies. They pay somebody else to do it. And then they pay somebody else to fucking teach it. That's what's... And so they think that having a bunch of staff adjusters is going to be better. It's not. And that's why staff adjusters get overwhelmed very quickly with like fucking 50 fucking claims in their pending. And they be like, oh, I can't handle it because you got shitty training and you really don't know what the fuck you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. And the crazy part is that the carriers keep trying to blame the IAs. They keep trying to blame the adjusters, whether they staff or independent. You keep trying to blame the adjusters. And the thing is that it doesn't trickle from the bottom up. It trickles from the top down. Your training is not good. That's why your claim handling sucks. I didn't come for a bitch fest though. That's another story. And I have not been drinking. I am very sober. Just in case anybody was wondering. But that's what I'm seeing. Because I've been seeing stuff, I'll be on LinkedIn. If you don't have a profile on LinkedIn, I highly recommend you get one. Because our industry and the players and the decision makers are very, very active on LinkedIn. Get you a profile on LinkedIn. Ain't nobody trying to... All that Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn is where the professionals are. If you want to really enhance your career in this industry professionally, get a LinkedIn profile, Put your work on there. Put your job experience on there. Connect with the individuals in the industry. Feel free to reach out to me and connect to me. Charlene Hoskins. Look me up. You'll see me. Get on LinkedIn and start connecting with people. Um, but I've been seeing a lot of comments on LinkedIn like, oh, we're paying for these third party vendors and they're not doing a good job. And you know what? When I came into the game 20 years ago, both the carrier and the IA firms put a lot of importance on our training. They put a lot of importance on our knowledge, our skill set, and they paid for us, or we paid for it ourselves, but they emphasized it to us constantly. They had, like, I started off with pilot. Pilot training was like chef's freaking kiss. It was so good. I don't know if it's the same like that anymore. I don't know. I can't say. But I can definitely tell something has not been the same. Something ain't working because the quality of adjuster is terrible. So one of the side gigs that I do, I write estimates for contractors in my area. If they ask me to, they give me measurements, they give me photos. I put it together so it looks professionally. Sometimes in that process, they'll give me the carrier's estimate. And sometimes I'll look at it and look at the photos that they took and look at the damage. And then I'm like, oh, they missed this, they missed that, they missed this. When I say some of the stupidest, dumbest mistakes are made on those carrier estimates, like it doesn't even make any sense. Like adjusting 101, like terrible. Like really terrible. And I'm sitting there thinking, where's the file reviewers? Well, the file reviewers is the blind leading the blind. They ain't trained neither. They don't know what they're doing either. I know they training, you putting them in a class and you teaching them stuff, but a lot of times the carrier training centers around how to process the claim in their system, not necessarily how to like work through the claims process. Like at foundationally, right? It's okay if you want to pay a check, click this button and hit this. And if you need information on which mortgage companies or dollar mortgage companies, you go into this link and go click on that. And if you need this, that's what they're training you on. They're not training you on how to work the claim, how to adjust the loss, how, if you're a desk adjuster and you're working supplements, how to do a straight up comparison of the contractor's estimate to the original field adjuster's estimate and figure out the differences and reconcile them. They're not teaching you that. You don't know how to do that. And you making mistakes. Like stupid ass shit. Like not updating the fucking price list. Bruh. The damage was in motherfucking December. They live in the goddamn Northeast. Ain't nobody putting that roof on in December. Can't put it on until the spring or the summer. You gotta update the price list. You can't force them into an old price list. Come on, fucking think. Shit like that. I'm literally writing, going back and helping some of the contractors and writing emails back to the adjusters at the desk. And they saying, oh, we can't change the price list. Why the fuck not? Think with your fucking thinking cap. Like, put the motherfucker on and press the on button. Use your brain. You have to use critical thinking skills when you're an adjuster. You have to think outside the box. The shit gotta make sense. Yeah, you got somebody in the Northeast who maybe it just happened to be a day where they got the carrier adjuster came out in November or even October, and they came out and did the estimate. And you, of course, they got to do an October price list. Xactimate can give you pricings for the future, but they weren't able to secure a contractor, and the contractor wasn't able to do their estimate until, let's say, March or April. So, of course, the contractor's estimate is going to be an April price list, the current month. If you do it right and you go ahead and get that agreement, they can get the materials that same month and get the work done. Does that make sense? So, update the fucking price list to fucking April. It's not that hard. Stupid ass shit. Shit that's wasting time. Shit that's prolonging the claim. Shit that's not letting that person be able to get their fucking house back in order. You delaying the claims process, and that's what I mean. A carrier thinks, oh, I'm gonna use a staff adjuster because they're gonna be better. They gonna be just as fucking dumb. Just like y'all keep trying to go to IA. I mean AIA. You keep trying to go to AI. AI is only gonna be as good as the motherfucker that gotta train the AI. Somebody gotta feed the data to the AI. And if that person don't know what the fuck they doing, then the AI ain't gonna know what the they doing. So you may think, oh, the AI is better. We're able to resolve claims in what took a week. We're able to do it in 48 hours. What the fuck them supplement process is going to look like? Long, arduous, spread out. Then what you going to do? Or you're going to end up it's going to end up going to court for a dumbass fucking reason, or getting a PA on it for a dumbass reason, prolonging the claim process. And then what? You rather pay a lawyer, Mr. or Mrs. Carrier, you rather pay a lawyer probably millions of dollars. I know you already got them on retainer, but damn, but why pay for that though? Why pay for that claim when it could have been resolved without one? That's what I'm talking about. Y'all doing stuff. You a staff adjuster. You supposed to be so much better. You replacing the whole roof, but you don't know how to round. You don't know how to include waste, and then you don't round it to the nearest bundle. That's adjusting 101. How you don't know how to do that on the estimate, and who reviewed your estimate and said that was okay, and didn't have you fix it? Why are we going back on a supplement for that at all? Waste of time, waste of money. So when you pencil push that shit. When you tallying up on your little spreadsheet, tally that shit up. All right. It is a bitch fest. It's a bitch fest. Because I'm tired. I'm tired of the carriers using the IAs and the adjusters as fucking scapegoats. You don't train them. They can't do what they don't know how to do. Get quality trainers. We ain't gonna talk. That's just property on top. We ain't gonna talk about contents. Sorry, I've been going back and forth to Ghana a lot. We ain't gonna talk about contents. Y'all be fucking them contents all the way up. Don't know what the fuck you doing. Just what total misconception, and you keep trying to AI the shit. Cannot AI that. You can't. Not right now. It's not ready. I don't know what y'all trying to do. What you think you're doing it wrong. You're doing it all wrong. So, but hang in there, y'all. So that's it. The industry, and you know what's so wild? We still in the midst of a talent gap crisis. We still got more people leaving than we got people coming in. It's not an industry that's people talk about selling insurance. They don't talk about adjusting claims. That's not popular. And so you need people so bad. It's so bad, but you need quality people. You are going to have to invest in the education of your adjusters. And the thing is, that's the most important part of the whole insurance process that you should be throwing money at as a carrier. If I had my own insurance company, I am not cutting corners on the education of those adjusters. I'm not, because that's where the rubber meets the road with the whole contractual relationship. You don't know, the customer doesn't know how good the contract is with this particular carrier until they have a claim. And then depending on the experience they have with the claim, depends on if they like, okay, this was a good insurance carrier I got, or nah, my insurance carrier is shit. And I'm from, y'all, I live in St. Louis, right? So St. Louis got hit by them tornadoes. Not just St. Louis City, which I think is what was really popular with the Weather Channel and the news, but before St. Louis City got hit in May, in March, St. Louis County got hit. So I've literally been helping homeowners. I just be having random people calling the office and being like, I need help with my claim. And the thing is they want me to represent them, but I'm like, I'm not a public adjuster. I can't. I'm helping family out. I can't represent them as a public adjuster. I can only advise them. But it's bad. Like I got my auntie right now. She wasn't trying to bother me, y'all. 8 months. All state. 8 months. All state road. She got a big ass house in the middle of the city. I mean big. Like one of them old school mini mansion type deals. Right? Tornado done tore off shingles, tore off, busted the windows out completely. And the windows are like fucking custom. Because the windows sit on this turret. This room is like a turret. It's under a turret. So all the walls are curved. It's like a circle. The windows on that whole thing, upstairs and downstairs, the window pane itself is curved. I won't even tell you what line item they picked for that fucking window. Now, mind you, Exactimate ain't, no matter what you do in Exactimate, it's not going to be enough for those windows. We're waiting on a quote right now. It was so much shit this adjuster missed. Fascia torn off, soffit torn off, fence down, garage, shingles. And they gave inside, glass blew out, of course, creating a vacuum effect inside the house. Stained glass windows literally are like, they moved. They like, so now the stained glass windows, some are pushed in and some are pushed out because it was like, that vacuum or whatever effect. All of that got missed. Tried to clean the carpet. Who cleaning the carpet with glass? Who the doing that, girl? Just didn't even go in the basement to see what the structure of the building. St. Louis, it's a brick city. So like it's not wood framing with brick veneer. It's 3 and 4, we call them courses, rows of brick. So each exterior wall is, think of a brick wall, just one layer of brick. Well, it's going to be 3 or 4 of those layers that make up an exterior wall. House next door, brick house, mini mansion, crumbled to the ground. Just completely disassembled the house. Houses across the street, one of the houses had a dormer. The whole dormer got torn off the house. And you did not think, as the field adjuster, to go to the basement and check out the structural framing. Why we went down to the basement, why is one of the 2 support beams that's holding the house up, why one of them is like cracked and shifted down? They wrote the original estimate for like 50 grand for the house and the garage. I went out there, I did my own inspection, of course, being her niece, helping her out. I did my own inspection, my estimate, and then we started finding more damage because, they older. But so some of the areas is kind of, we can't see because of personal property, but now that we're trying to move stuff out of the house and stuff, we're starting to see more stuff. But just the estimate that I wrote up, I think, was 170. They gave her 50. And let me tell you this. Then turned around, and I guess they tried to send out a preferred vendor, Paul Davis. She decided not to. She didn't like Paul Davis's contract. It was reading a little funny. She didn't sign off with him. Didn't agree to using them. Why somebody at Allstate cut a almost $30,000 check and gave it to the contractor? Gave it to Paul Davis. Paul Davis hasn't done a lick of work. They didn't even tarp her roof. That's the type of shit I'm talking about. I really wonder, was that a staffer or was that an IA? Because as IAs, we get our asses kicked when we make mistakes like that. So I'm wanting to say it's a staffer. Because when I came up in the game as an IA, you couldn't make those type of mistakes. How you writing a check to the preferred vendor, and the preferred vendor not only does not have a signed contract with the homeowner, hasn't even done any of the work. Where they do that at? She battled with them for 8 months before she called me. And I said, Auntie, you should have called me a long time ago. You should have called me from the very beginning. Now, she called me at the beginning. She was up to her wit's end by the end of last year. I got a call January 2nd. Niece, I need your help. I try to do this by myself. I try not to bother you because I know you busy. I was like, I'm never too busy not to make sure you straight. So now, shit is moving. We've had a re-inspection. We've had a new supplement estimate. They trying to get the money back from Paul Davis. We had to figure that out. Nobody told her about anything on how to help her with her personal property. They just paid her for a food loss. They didn't give her no list. They didn't give her no PPI form. Nothing. Now engineer has come out. We're waiting on the engineer report. This type of shit we dealing with. Whose fault is that? I don't blame the adjusters. I blame the people who are in charge of their education. I am really shiny. I'm shiny as shit. Well, I'm shiny as the sun. I guess I'm a Leo, y'all. So let me shine. Okay. But that's what I'm saying. If you're looking for work, if you're looking for a way to make money, if you're gonna have to think outside the box. You know somebody, or you know somebody who knows somebody. Your uncle or your aunties or your grandmama or your granddaddy or your great uncle or your great aunt or your cousins, your second cousin, your third cousin. They know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who might have a roofing company you can write some estimates for, or even just do some consultant work for. Take a look at some insurance estimates and see for their customers and see if they did something right or wrong. See if you can get a contract to be like their supplement department. But you got to know how to do it and do it right. That's the key. If you've been a field person, use those skills in the field. Go be an appraiser. What else was it? Is it appraiser? The appraiser. Oh, inspector. Be a building inspector. Shit, start your own IA firm. Start your own adjusting company. Start your own contracting company. And dare I say, you gotta go to these conferences, y'all. Shameless plug, PLRB coming up. Y'all gotta go. Y'all gotta start going to the conference. I'm telling y'all. I was just going back because I was at the phone place today, and so I'm not a person who switches my phone out every time a new model comes out. And so my phone, I thought that the glue, I had a Samsung Note 20 Ultra S or whatever. A couple of months ago. This is before I just came back from Ghana back in December. But before I went to Ghana, I went in November, I came back in December. Before I went to Ghana, I noticed, as a matter of fact, I got the phone. I'm going to show it to y'all. Hold on, where my purse at? So wait. I go to the phone place, and I'm like, I was like, the back is coming off of my phone. Can y'all just glue it back on? They was like, let us see the phone, because the back don't usually just pop off, right? Now, I can't show you what it looked like because the phone repair place, the insurance place that's connected to them, they took the battery because they was like, no, it's a liability, it's dangerous. But basically, the phone back was popping off because my battery was expanding, which means it was going to blow up on me pretty much. And I'm telling them, just glue it back. So they had to give me a new phone. It was like, you need to make an insurance claim. Get insurance on y'all phones. If you are the destroyer of phones like I am, get insurance. Do that insurance plan on your phone. Okay. But anywho, So they ordered me a new phone. That's the phone I'm on now. And I had to get the data off the old phone. And first when they ordered me the new phone, when I got it, it was like a day before I was gonna leave for Ghana. So I couldn't like turn it in right then and there, and I wanted the old data off of it. So anywho, we just finished. They had to order my battery. I had to wait for it. Finally got it done. That's why I was there for fucking 6 hours today, transferring my data from the old phone to the new phone. But I was going through my pictures, and I was looking at all the pictures from all the from the P, because I got photos from 2017 on that old phone. Um and so I'm looking at these old photos from all these PLRB conferences that I've been to. I'll explain PLRB in a minute. And I was just like, I need to make some kind of spreadsheet or slideshow or some kind of collage of all these PLRB videos and photos. Like, it has really been an evolution. So I'll tell y'all what PLRB. So PLRB, if you haven't seen any of my adjuster checkup videos or whatever, PLRB stands for the Property Liability Resource Bureau. It is a non-profit organization that is insurance industry centered. And the members of this organization are literally the carriers and the IA firms. They're members. So PLRB they have 5 conferences a year, I want to say. They have 5 conferences a year. They do them in different places in the country. Some are big, some are small, some are regional, some are like national. They only have 2 national ones and then the rest are regional. The 2 national ones are the Large Loss Conference, which takes place in the fall, usually around November, October-ish. And then they have a spring conference, which is that's the big mamba. And it's called the Claims Conference and Insurance Services Expo. Okay. So here's the thing about that. That's the one that my mother and I have been going to since 2017. Somebody put us, shout out to James LeBrun with DCMG. He put us on that. He was like, y'all need to go to that conference. We was like, really? Because now at that point, by 2017, we got TPAS, we got the training company. So TPAS, the training company, we also have the IA firm, Contents Adjuster Team. So he was like, listen, if y'all want contracts, you got to plug in the PLRB. Had never heard about it. When I was on the adjuster level, chasing claims, never heard about the conference. Didn't know it even existed. Didn't know the organization existed. Knew nothing about it. Nobody told me nothing. So 2017, we go. And the first year, we decided to get a booth. We spent we spent so much damn money. I want to say we spent like 20 G's to get a booth there for the IA firm. So we got a booth and so basically, okay. Let me break it down. So when you go to PLRB, to the Claims Conference and Insurance Services Expo, it's 2 things you get done there. They got education classes, education sessions is what they call it. So it's different topics. As a matter of fact, can I put something in the chat myself and be like, give y'all a link? Let me see. I'm finna see, because I ain't never did live from my phone. Flip, mute, effects picker, hide, live, video, retouch, creator. I don't know what the heck that is. Let me go to this chatty part. Wait. I'm figuring it out. Hold on. I tapped the chat. Oh, wait. Hide channel. No, I tapped on somebody. What's up, Gene? Gene Thomas. Hi. I'm sorry. I'm learning how to work this thing, y'all. Okay. It's not letting me type in the chat. I haven't figured that out yet, y'all. But whenever I do. Okay, it's saying share. Okay, I don't want to share. Okay. So I'm going to keep like scrolling up to make sure I'm seeing all of y'all when y'all come in. But go to plrb.org. When you go to plrb.org in the little three bar deal, hit that. It's gonna drop something down. Let me look at it on my computer. It's gonna drop something down. Tap on events. When you go to events, then a new screen will pop up and it should show the claims conference. It should say click on that, right? So you get the education sessions and you can get CEs. So you can look like this year is going to be in Maryland by Washington, D.C. Okay, I'm trying to open it up now. Y'all bear with me. I'm sorry. I'm not good with live. I'm good with pre-program, but whatever. We doing it. And when I get more comfortable with being live and stuff, I might go live more, maybe. We'll see. I be deep in thought a lot of times. So as much as lovely as I am, and when you meet me in person, as bubbly as my personality is, I do be like kind of introverted as a Leo. Like when I'm out there, I'm out there. When I'm on, I'm on. But at the same time, when I'm off, I am off. Like everything be in here. I be having all these thoughts, and I may not speak them, or be like, oh, let's go live and talk about this and that. Let's go live. Let's go live. Let's go live. Like, girl, let's make a video. I do not always be down for it. I'm sorry, because I like my autonomy and I like my privacy, and I just feel like you got to connect with people. And sometimes the way I connect people, I'm better in person than I am. Actually, shit. If you go to plrb.org right now, it's got the conference on the very first, on their little banner page or whatever. And they're asking for proposals for the large loss conference that's taking place in November. That's what Mama want to do. She's like, let's go to the large loss conference this year. I'm like, oh Lord, lady. So yeah, so go to plrb.org. You're going to see a banner that says 2026 Claims Conference. Click on the more info. When you get to the more info, let me show y'all. I'm doing good, Jean. How are you? Hold on. Let me, y'all see my PLRB banners in the back? Yeah, your girl was a presenter a couple of, 2 years ago. Okay, I'm going to tell y'all about that in a minute. Hold on. Okay, let me show y'all. Hold on. Wait. Let me flip. Hold on. Let me see. Okay. All right. So let's back it up. All right. So you're going to go to plrb.org. Y'all see that? All right. Okay. When you go there, you see this. There's a banner. Boom. Okay. It went to a different banner. Hold on. Let me scroll a little bit. Let me go back to that claims conference banner. Was this one? Was it this one? How I go back? Okay. No. Well, God damn it. Hold on. Okay. There we go. Okay. So go to more info. I'm going to scroll up. Go to more info. So it is happening soon, y'all. It is happening in 2 weeks, basically. All right. So it's going to say register today. Don't worry about that right now. So I just want to show y'all who going to be there. First, what I want to show you is education. So the conference does 2 things. You're going to get educated. There are classes, and a lot of the classes you earn CEs. Hold on. How do I get there? Agenda. I actually need to, hold on. No, not that. Okay, let me go to agenda. Agenda speakers. Girl, I'm one of the speakers, girl, but where am I at, girl? I need to update my app, my stuff, because it may not even have me on here. Well, it's going to have my name, but it may not have my profile because I need to update my stuff on the app. But hold on, let me see. Let me show you where your girl at first. Hold on. H. What's my last name? Okay. Him. H-O. Horst. Girl. Who that is? That's just my baby daddy. Who that is? Yeah. See. You see how I'm blank? It's because my butt ain't did what I'm supposed to have done. But it's okay. So I'm going to be there. You can also see who else is going to be there. There might be somebody in the building that you may want to talk to. Like the director of Hancock Claim Consultants, or the senior vice president of Claims Legal at Skyward specialty insurance, or the president of Promatic Software. Who knows who you want to talk to, okay? Or me, okay? Or the claims manager of Beasley Insurance, okay? Shout out to you, right? So, like, one, you got speakers, right? All of these people, including myself, have an education session. We're all teaching something. And we all have our different areas of expertise. We teach on different topics, okay? Hold on, let me go back. Okay, agenda. Let's go through the agenda. So we go through the agenda. So you pick a day. So it starts on Saturday. It starts Sunday, March 22nd. You begin registration at 2 p.m. between 2 and 4. And then there's an orientation. If you're a first timer, there's an orientation for first time attendees from 4 to 5. And then we have a welcome reception. Let me tell you something. Let me flip. Them, I know what you're thinking. You probably done already went to the registration button and you just saw the cost, and you probably thinking that you feel deterred. Do not feel deterred, okay? Listen, you get that registration in. You get there. Get there if you can. Don't worry about the hills and mountains between us, okay? There are hills and mountains between us. Always something to get over. Okay, let me quit. So anybody who knows me for real know I will come out with a random song. All right. Don't worry about the hills and mountains, all right, between you. You're going to get over. It's always going to be something to get over, right? Let me tell you something. You will be fed. If you get there, you'll have breakfast and lunch guaranteed every single day. That welcome reception is going to come with food, lots of it, beverages, some of them alcoholic, maybe an open bar, if that's your thing. Might be a little bit of my thing. I don't drink a lot, but when I drink Dos Equis. Like, whatever. Anyhow, let me go back. All right. All right, so that's just day one, Sunday. So even if you like, man, I can only come in. Let me tell you something. You can do a day pass. Even if you can only make it a day. Like if you're looking at that registration, whatever, email them and be like, can I get a day pass? You can literally just pay for a day. Come in, maybe get the class you want to get. Talk to who you want to talk to and bounce out. Okay, make it happen. All right, so then these are the different okay, so then it really starts like the classes start on Monday the 23rd. So you'll have classes Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and it ends on Wednesday. All right, so there's a breakfast. Okay, you if you don't get in until Monday, it's okay. The registration desk is open all day. And one of the days or two of the days I'm volunteering at the registration desk. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. I forgot. Last year, I was asked to be on the PLRB claims conference planning committee. So okay, anyhow, moving on. All right, so one of these days I'm gonna be, or two of these days I'm gonna be at the registration desk. So then you get into the classes. See, so there'll be multiple classes offered at the same time. So as you can see, everything from 10:30 to 12. These are the different classes. So depending on, you'll see what the class is and you'll see who's teaching it. Okay, so whatever you want to do, and then you can see the states. You see here where it talks about, you like, okay, what's your home state for your adjuster's license? You can see, you know what I'm saying, who's got CEs and what it's for. Like this one has ethics, emerging issues, and third-party bad faith claims. That makes sense because that's definitely an ethical issue. So again, you got executive counsel at Travelers. Maybe you want to go into the legal side of insurance, right? Maybe you want to end up over there. Might be good to go to that class and get to know Mr. Kevin Wilging, okay? Or Michael Young, all right? Extra expense, win-win. So you can learn about, look at this, floods, foundations, floor tiles, and forensics, the Fantastic Four of flood claims. You want to get more training on flood? You can do that. I think there's actually an opportunity. Most PLRB does have an opportunity to do a flood class at some point during PLRB, like an actual flood certification course. So if you, I know the emails have gone out for flood cert. And if you can't make any of those online classes, you might be able to knock it out with PLRB. But you see all the different subjects, right? So you do that and you look at what's offered each day. They provide us lunch with the exhibitors. So let's now talk about that. All right. So you see the classes. So when you go to the website, I'm going to scroll back up. Let me zoom out a little bit. When you scroll back up, you're going to go to this agenda. And if you want to see what's going on every day, you can go here, this tab that has all the dates, or you can just go by the day, right? So we can just click on Monday and it'll only show us the classes and activities that's being offered for Monday. You click Tuesday, same thing. Wednesday, same thing. All right. You'll only see what's going on those days. And I know you're probably wondering, I can't remember what day my classes are on, but I know what I'm teaching. I am teaching on reservations of rights versus declination letters, basically denial letters. It is, yes, one of the most driest subjects in insurance, but guess what? Guess who makes it fun? This girl. So I don't know if I'm teaching on Tuesday. Maybe I'm teaching on Wednesday. I think I'm teaching Monday and Wednesday. I don't think I'm teaching on Tuesday. Now I will say this, if you decide, say for instance, you're an expert and you're listening to me right now, you like, you know what, I got something I want to share, right? If that's the case, and you can always submit a proposal for a course at PLRB. You usually teach for an hour to an hour and a half. And now you may not get picked, but you can always put your name in the hat. And as a presenter, they call us presenters, those who are teaching the education sessions. I cannot find my class, but whatever. I can probably do a search and find it. Let me see real quick. Yes, I can. Hold on, y'all. Let me go do a search. Reservation. There I am. So I'm on the 24th. I'm on Tuesday at 3:30. So I'm at the end of the day on Tuesday. We got CE approvals for Florida. Okay, for that class. Let me see. I wonder why we ain't got CEs for Texas. I'm gonna have to ask them about that. Let me see if I'm teaching on Monday. Reservation. Let's do that. Does it come up? There we go. Okay. Yes, I'm teaching Monday and Tuesday. Wow. All right. So the next part of it, so now we've broken down the classes. So even if maybe it's a subject, you can also, if you don't know, but you're looking for certain subject to know something more about, like say contents. Now, usually mom been teaching the contents, but she's not teaching this year. She's taking a break. Look like nobody's teaching about contents. Well, will you look at that? Kind of makes sense because the experts are, you know who the experts are. You know who got the niche on contents. Good to know. We ain't got no competition. All right. Anyhow, so we got education. You can earn CEs. Go down the list, see what course you might want to take. And again, if you like, well, I can't do all 3 days, can't do the full registration, I can only do 1 day. Pick the day that's best for you, that's got most of the classes that you want to attend, and go for the freaking gusto, okay? Here's the other bonus to it, right? The exhibitors, what they are calling exhibitors. So the reason why it's called a claims conference and insurance services expo, not every, there is what we call an expo hall during the conference. They have it for 2 days of the 3-day conference. The expo hall, you will be able to access Monday and Tuesday. They shut it down on the last day on Wednesday. Okay. The expo hall is for businesses that service the claims industry, that service the insurance industry, specifically the claims industry. So if you are an independent adjuster, you've been trying to get on a certain roster with a certain firm, coming to the claims conference and going to the expo hall and talking to someone And I'm going to tell you, them someones could be very important someones with that IA firm. I have seen and met Gene Renfro, Curtis Pilot, Randy Pilot, the Wardlaw folk. I can't remember everybody's name. I have met claim managers. I have met carrier presidents. I even got to meet Mike Tyson, Rick James, and Roy Jones. Not Rick James, girl. Shut the front door. Rest in peace, Rick James. Not Rick James. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The wrestler, Ric Flair. My bad. It's the Ricks. Ric Flair, Mike Tyson, and Roy Jones Jr. one year, because one of the firms who set up a booth at the in the expo hall, that's who they had come in. I got pictures. Okay. So, yeah. What you want to do? What you gonna do, Black Dynamite? So let me show you the expo hall. And when I say this thing is big, look, no shade to NACA. Nope, no shade at all. Don't nobody be sending nothing over them acting like I'm just letting you know this is bigger than that. Way bigger. Way bigger. Because this conference is not just for independent adjusters. This conference is for everybody who does claims, every claims professional in the industry, staff and independent. So even if you were thinking about going staff and you're looking to make contacts with, let's say, a particular carrier, you may find the carrier's whoever person at this conference. Okay, so let's go to exhibit. So this is what you do. I'm flipping it. So this is what you do. You go to exhibitors. I clicked on that already. You're going to get this page. You're going to get expo floor plan. All right, because this is also for people who want to be exhibitors. So if you want to be an exhibitor, this is also the page you'll go to, okay, to get a booth, to get an exhibit booth. This is the exhibitors map, y'all. Okay, let me, I don't think you understand. I don't understand. I just don't understand. Hold on, let me zoom in. Because you thinking, oh, that ain't a lot. No, 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 baby. See, this little box, that's a booth. The little boxes is a booth. Okay, so let me move it. Will it let me move? Yes. Oh, you want to go talk to BMS Cat? They'll be there. You want to talk to Ebros? They'll be there. You want to talk to Serve Pro? Mid-America Cat? Oh, Alacrity, you've been trying to get a hold of them? They'll be there. Look, they booth. This is the size. So when we went the very first time, we had a booth like this. Okay, this is like a 10 by 10. So now look at Alacrity's booth. How many 10 by 10s is that? Oh, okay, got it. All right, huge. When I say huge, and that's by, that ain't by inches, baby. That's by feet. 20 feet by 40 feet. Okay, so if this is just 20 feet by 40 feet, so this is 40 feet right here. All right, that's one booth. Now let's zoom out. Now do we understand the scale of this thing? And there ain't even that many booths left. Do you see that most of these booths are filled? I guarantee you, by the time we get to 2 weeks from now, all of these empty booths in the light blue will be filled. I have been going to PLRB since 2017. I have never, ever been able to fully and successfully walk this exhibit floor and get to every one of these booths. And the thing is because these are the people who are the companies and the organizations who service the insurance industry. They are doing everything that they can to entice us, the attendees of the conference, to come to their booth. And that's everything from celebrities, like I said, Mike Tyson, Ric Flair, Roy Jones Jr. That was all one company. I met Jim Cantori from the Weather Channel at an after party. Oh, I ain't told you about the after parties. We'll talk about that in a minute. Okay. So when we have lunch, this is where we're going to be having lunch at. We'll have lunch in the exhibitor hall. Okay. I don't even know what this VIP lounge business is about. That is something new to me. But Pilot's going to be there, I'm sure, because they're there every year. Here go Pilot. Right up front and center. Look at him. Balfour, Verisk, CRDN, Patriot Claims. I mean, it just goes on and on. Sedgwick, have you been looking to connect with Sedgwick or Service Master or whoever the TZ you trying to get to? They up in here, honey. Do you hear? Do you see what I'm saying? And then you got to come in for the folks that's got the smaller booths, right? Okay, the 10 by 10s. It is a lot. And these people are not just looking for carrier, individuals to connect with. They're looking for adjusters. And that's the thing. They want adjusters, they want IAs, but you know who are the IAs who are still going to be working? Do you know? The IAs who are working right now, despite it being slow, are the good ones. Are the ones who go over and beyond, are the ones who have great customer service scores, are the ones who know how to work the hell out of a claim, know how to reconcile files, know how to put out fires, the experts. So if you want to be an adjuster, an independent adjuster who is working all throughout the year, you got to step your game up, boo. Because your little adjuster friend, y'all cool and everything, but that's your competition. That's your competition. Now, y'all can try to conquer the world together, but that person sitting in the booth next to you, y'all go to lunch, you go out for drinks at the end of the day, you play pool together, it's so fun. They're your competition as well. So either y'all gonna come up together, or one of y'all gonna get left behind, or both of y'all, or all of y'all gonna get left behind. I don't like being left behind. I'm naturally competitive and I'm a bit of an overachiever. That's why I'm at the level I'm at. Okay? All right. Got it. I'm just letting you know. So, yes, this is a little bit of a shameless plug. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Y'all got to get to PLRB. I'm telling you. Listen, this ain't even about I'm on the committee. I've been saying this since before I got on the committee. I've been saying this from day one. And I have a video where I talk about my whole journey, but I'm going to break it down to you real quick. 2017, got a booth. When we got the booth, we got an email, and Mama took them up on the offer. It was like, hey, it's basically like their version of a TED Talk, and it's called PLRB Presents. All right. They was like, oh, we're looking for speakers for PLRB Presents. Would any of you like to do it? Mom was like, okay, I'll do it. So she did PLRB Presents. Quick little 15-minute video recorded in a private studio at the conference site, and they put it on their website. Did that, right? Next year we go back. We decide not to do a booth. This time she submitted. They liked her PLRB Present so much. They was like, oh, you should submit like contents. We don't really have a contents education track. Submit that as a education session. It gets approved. Now Mom is presenting. 2018, she's now education. She's a presenter. I decide to do PLRB Presents. Boom. They like my PLRB Presents. They was like, hey, you should 2019, it was like, you should do like submit a proposal. So I submitted a proposal. I was working with an attorney. I submitted a proposal, and then something happened. I can't remember what happened. Something happened with the attorney, or did we start in 2017 or 2018? We might have started in 2018 because I think no, that was 2017 because 2019, right before COVID, 2019 happens, and I don't actually do the claims conference, the big spring claims conference. I ended up my very first presenter opportunity with PLRB. I did a regional one in Ohio, and I did it by myself. And what happened was COVID was starting to come down. It was so much confusion that the attorney I was supposed to co-present with, like she went off and did her thing, and then I kind of forgot because so much time had passed by the time we came back on track, and then we were trying to do it online. It was a little bit. So I had did that, and I did it by myself, and then I was like, I really want to co-present with somebody because reservations of rights versus declination letters, I really would like an attorney, because it has that legal aspect to it, and so then they teamed me up after that with Dave Jarrett from WRG. And so that's who's been my co-presenter and presenting with me since then. And so COVID hit, and then we did another presentation um, virtually, and they recorded that, put that on the website. And then once everything opened back up again after COVID, I think it was 2022. Because what had happened, let me tell y'all what had happened. So when they do these claims conferences, they rotate in and out to different cities, but pretty much to the same like 5 or 6 cities, and they do it in rotation. 2020 was supposed to be my first, and by the time 2020 hits, mom has presented contents as a presenter like two or three times, right? Maybe 2 times, and that was supposed to be her third. I was presenting as for reservation of rights versus declination letters for the very first time at the major claims conference at the spring, this one. So that one was supposed to be where it is this year in the hotel or the resort. It's called the Gaylord National Convention Center. Um, so that's where it was supposed to be at in 2020. Let me. I can actually say I know exactly where I was when the pandemic started, when the shutdown happened. We were over getting ready for PLRB. So what ended up happening was we always get there a day before the conference is going to start. So we're sitting there the night before the conference start. We're sitting in the hotel room, twiddling our little toes, getting ready, all excited about what we're going to be doing and presenting. And we're here again. And oh my gosh, like we're going to go see, they had just finished the National African American Museum. Oh, we're going to go see that when the conference is done and all these things. And all of a sudden I see something on Twitter that says PLRB, the claims conference is canceled. And I was like, Ma, Twitter is saying the conference is canceled. And she was like, no. And I was like, yes. And she was like, well, we haven't gotten an email on it. It was maybe like 10 o'clock. And we was like, well, we haven't gotten an email on it. So maybe that's just a fluke or something, right? Girl, maybe an hour later, about 11-ish, we get the email. Conference canceled. Guess why they canceled conference? Because they had just had a Republican National Convention there, and somebody from Trump's staff got tested positive for Covina, honey. And so the resort, because it's like a convention center and it's like a resort, and they host other conferences. This place is huge, and they decided to shut it down and cancel all their upcoming conferences. And ours was literally supposed to start the next day. PLRB is supposed to be the next day. So this is going to be our first time doing this. Now we get to bring it back to center, because the last time we were here at this particular conference location, COVID shut it down. We didn't get to do it. So I'm looking forward to doing it this year, because I didn't get to do it when I wanted to do it. So that's really exciting. But I don't even know where I was talking about before I got to that. But that's what basically, oh, I was giving you the timeline. So that was 2020, shut down. We brought it all back 2022, and I think 2022 we came back to Florida. We did Orlando, Florida, which is where we had when we went to the conference the very first time and we had the booth, it was in Florida back in 2017. And so I've been doing that ever since. Ever since everything came back on, Dave and I and Mom and her co-presenter, Todd Breton. Who is he with now? I forgot who Todd went to, but Todd and Mom has been presenting on contents, but Mom has been taking a break for the last 2 years. She was like, I need a break. I ain't gonna be able to do it right now. I got it, right? So, but while she didn't go, I held it down. I have continued to go. I've continued to present every single year since then. And actually, last year, I received a very prestigious award. The very first one, I would say, in my career. Let me show you my plaque. Hold on. Hold on, I gotta show you. I gotta show you my plaque. Hold on. Where is it? See, technically, I haven't put it up on the wall yet because I'm going to be moving soon. But, oh, Let me show you my plaque. Let me show you my plaque. You hear me? While I'm over here shining and glowing. Just let yourself go. Just let it shine through, yeah. Okay. I received the Valerie Burka Outstanding Claims Presentation Award last year. I'm so proud. So proud of my It's my very first career award, y'all. I got this last year from PLRB. You see that? It's heavy too. This thing heavy. Look. The thing heavy. Look. So, again, if you do have a level of expertise that you want to submit that you want to present at the PLRB conference, you can do it, right? Just make sure you're looking at what's being presented now. Maybe there's something that you know that isn't being presented that you could present on, that you can bring something different to the table. So last year was like, I was so full after that because I got the award, and then they also asked me to be on the planning committee. Listen. Okay. Wave my little ponytail around real quick. Don't pay attention that I ain't filling my calendar for this month. Don't judge me, okay? It's a lot going on. But anyhow, PLRB has a lot to offer if that's what you want to do with your career, if that's the direction that you want to go. All right? I'm just letting y'all know. I'm trying to put y'all on as best as I can. Now, listen, I'm trying to give you $1 million worth of game for $9.99. I can lead you to water, but I can't make you drink. But I'm telling you, mark my words. I didn't know nothing, y'all. I started in 2025. I started in 2005 with Hurricane Katrina. I knew nothing. I knew nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm not lying. I had no experience. I had no family members to like stand on their shoulders. Mom and I started at the same time. My mother, my aunt, and I, we all started at the same time. As a matter of fact, no. They started before me, 2 weeks before me. 2 weeks. I think mom's start date is August 31st or something. Mine's is like September 9th. I know mine, September 19th, 2025. That's when I started. So like, you don't have to be an expert. You just got to start, and you just got to keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going and not be discouraged. Have I worked a storm for what I thought I was going to be there 3 months, and I ended up working it for a month and got released? Yes. Have I failed? Yes. Have I made mistakes? Yes. Have I paid claims that I probably shouldn't have paid? Yes. Have I denied claims that I probably shouldn't have denied? Yes. That's what good file examiners are there for, to help you correct that. Like, I've made mistakes. I've been cut. I've been tired. I've been tested. You gonna go through that with any career. How much you want to get paid for it? How bad you want it? How hard you want to work for it? Like, for real. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do. Now, I've been on this thing an hour, and I got 12% of juice. That was a hell of a lie. But the only thing I'll tell you about PLRB before I go, and I'm going to keep talking about PLRB until it sinks in. Because when I tell you, it changes when you're working claims from the adjuster level. And I know they keep us busy, especially if you're an IA, especially, and even if you're staff. It's hard it's hard to be like a bird and like fly up above it all and look down on the industry and just like see it as a whole. You go to a conference like PLRB and you'll be able to get that perspective, and it'll change. I'm telling you, it's going to be a game changer for you. It's going to shift. You're going to have a fundamental shift in your mind about your role, about where you fit, about what you can do, about your possibilities for growth and enhancement and upward mobility. You, I'm telling you, if this little ghetto girl from born in St. Louis, Missouri, raised in South Central LA / Long Beach / San Bernardino, if I can do it, you can do it. I knew nothing. I didn't know nothing about no policy. I didn't know anything about construction or how things were built. I had none of that knowledge. And yes, the money is what what probably got you in it. Like, how much money y'all make? How much? Yeah, get me over there. That's the same thing that got me in the door. That's the same thing that got me like, oh, I need to get at that. Right? And then once I got in it and I saw, I was like, okay, so if I got in it, I observed, and I was like, so if I just, and then if I just put this effort here, take my money that I made from here, pay for this class and this certification, then I could do clay. When I'm telling you, listen, even when we started, I didn't know nothing. I didn't even know about other IA firms. All we knew was Pilot. That's all we knew. We got started with Pilot. All we knew was Pilot. You know how we ended up finding about the other IA firms back in the day? I had to eavesdrop on people's conversations. You understand? Because certain people wasn't sharing back then. They weren't sharing information. So I would go into like a break room or a little cafeteria at the hotel we was set up in during Katrina down in Alabama. And you know what I would do? Because I couldn't just walk up to them and be like, what other IA? What you know? Tell me, talk to me. Oh, no, that wasn't going to work. So what I would do is, see, back in 2005, there was still a such thing called headphones. And I would put headphones on my ear and I would act like I was listening to music, but I wasn't listening to music. I would literally be sitting there eating and I'd be going like this with the headphones on, like I was listening to music in my own world. But guess what I was really doing? I was eavesdropping. I was eavesdropping. I was being nosy. And I was eavesdropping on them conversations. And when I eavesdropped on them conversations, I was learning information. Because you weren't going to keep me from what I came here for. Because see, once that money, I think when we started Allstate, I was in we were help room helpers. I think I've told y'all that story, but for those who didn't know, we were help room helpers. I didn't even start off as an adjuster. It could have been grand opening, grand close at the very beginning, because we weren't adjusters starting off. We were help room helpers because we were, quote, good on computers. And I think all I know is, Mom and I go back and forth about what the daily rate was. All I know is our check every single week was $2,500 even. I think when I first started, I had put exempt. When I filled out my I-9 stuff, I put exempt. I did something wrong and they weren't taking no taxes out. My check every week had no deductions. It was $2,500 even every single week. That's all I knew. That was the most money I had ever made. That was the most money anybody I had known had ever made. I was making $10,000 a month. So all I wanted to do was figure out, how do I keep making this money? And so I did what I had to do. I eavesdropped. Yes, I was a secret spy for my career. I eavesdropped on conversations. I acted like, because I already know you underestimate me. I already know what you think of me. I already know how you see me. You see me as dumb. You see me as ghetto. You see me as stupid. You see me as dispensable. And so let's play into that. It's not my job to prove you wrong. So let's play into it. You don't see me as a smart young lady who just got out of college. No, you don't see me. You don't see me like that. You don't see me as an overachiever who's made straight A's, principal honor roll, most of her educational career. No, you don't see that. Think I'm dumb. Think I'm stupid. Just because of. So let's play into it. I'm going to put these headphones on, and I'm going to put the music on silent, and I'm going to sit here right next to you or on the table behind you, eat my food and bob my head. And what you didn't know, I had a little notebook. So you probably thought I was writing down raps. They probably thought I was writing down raps. No, I was taking notes what they were saying. And I heard things like, psst, Renfro. That's an I. Did y'all hear about Renfro? Renfro hiring. Renfro's hiring. Who's Renfro? Let me go look them up. Psst, Wardlaw. Oh, Wardlaw. Okay, that's a psst, Worley. Oh, which is now Alacrity for those who don't know. Worley is now Alacrity Solution. But back then it was psst, and I wrote it down. I said, oh, okay. Then I went and told Mama, and I whispered in her, Mama, guess what I just learned about? I just found out about. And Mama be like, for real? Okay, we need to go do this. You go do that. Okay, you go that way. I'm going to go this way. And then we going to come back. And even how we learned how to be content adjusters, eavesdropping. I was eavesdropping one day in a little break room, in a little cafeteria. And I heard, they're going to have a contents class here. I had never even heard the word contents. I didn't even know what the hell it meant. Contents, what the fuck is contents? And see, this 2005, so there wasn't social media like it is now, like content. No. So I was like, what the fuck is contents? What's contents? Right? And I heard, yeah, they having a class. And I kept listening. Oh, yeah, they having a contents class. It's going to be over in this room on this day at this time. I eavesdropped on the date, the time, the everything. Then I asked around, because by this time we done got cool with the software instructor. See, there was no Xactimate back then. It was MSB IntegraClaim. And for those who've been around as long as me, you know exactly what that is. Child. Xactimate is a lifesaver compared to MSB IntegraClaim. Shout out to MSB IntegraClaim, no, because y'all got us what we needed to get when we needed to get it. So I was like, I asked the MSB IntegraClaim instructor, because we were help room helpers, so we got cool with him because I needed his knowledge to help the adjusters in the help room who was trying to figure out the MSB IntegraClaim glitches. And so I asked him, what? I heard about this contents class. What's contents? And he gave me. He said, oh, contents is personal property in the house. Personal property, what is that? Because mind you, I don't know insurance. I don't know it. I don't understand it. You know how we had to understand what was really going on during Katrina? They were bringing like hundreds upon hundreds of people in daily in this hotel. And they were doing orientations like twice a day, 2-3 times a day. We would literally go to them orientations over and over and over again until it just started like making sense. Still, we had to, but we had to keep listening to it for the dots to connect. And we kept taking notes. And then we compared notes. And we finally started figuring some things out. And so we heard the man broke down contents to us. And I'm like, okay. So this what had happened. And I've told this story before, but I'm just going to give it to you because not everybody have heard it. So I figure out the day, the time, and where the contents class gonna be, right? We show up at the contents class, and me and Mama trying to figure it out, like how we gonna play this. And I was like, well, we MSB help room. Maybe one of the adjusters will have a question about contents, and maybe we can use that to get our foot in the door and just see if we can just be in the room. We just want to be in the room. We just want to listen. So what ended up happening was we go in the room. It's Sylvia Brumfeld and Judy Duchess. They're the instructors. They're the managers, team leads or whatever, supervisors over God. We didn't know that at the time. We pop our heads in. We're like, hi, we're from the help room. And our adjusters are been having questions about contents. Can we just sit in and listen? And they said, oh, you from the help room? We need, can one of y'all show us how to upload and download the estimates in Integra Claim? Mama gonna say, my daughter, she'll do it. Which I am good. I am good at learning things and then regurgitating them and teaching them. Hence, doing what I do now. And so, very first class I ever did, as in the insurance industry, I taught the contents adjusters during Hurricane Katrina how to upload and download their estimates in MSB or their photos or whatever in MSB Integra Claim. Impromptu class right there on the spot. Seize the opportunity. I keep telling you guys this story because there's a lesson in this, y'all. Hold on, let me put my phone down. My thumb's going numb. I got 8%. I'm about to get off this thing. There's a lesson in this. Listen, don't look at like, don't, I know. Trust me when I tell you, I know and I understand. You're looking at what's right in front of you. You're looking at what you can see and what is tangible. When I tell you, see it, but don't let that be a wall for you. You understand? We had so much adversity and we pushed past that. There were so many things let me tell you, the bottom could have fell out for us at any point, especially in the first 60 days of Katrina. Like straight up. I already told y'all, I had the whole story. I told you about the little racist man child that tried to tell me that he was going to hit me upside my head. Unprovoked child. Listen. I already told you about that. All right? And if you want me to tell you again, I'll tell you again another time. I don't like to talk about it like it's hard to relive that one. That was traumatizing. I'd never been talked to like that before my entire life, okay? But because we were like so determined to just learn and absorb and take in the information and talk to whoever we needed to talk to, even if we had to eavesdrop on people's conversations. The people's conversations. You see the people? These are the people, okay? You understand what I'm saying to you? Even if we had to eavesdrop on the people's conversation in order to get what we needed, we did that. By any means necessary. And because we did that, that is actually what opened the door when we went to that contents class. And I did that impromptu training right there on the spot. They were so impressed. Shout out to Judy Duchess. Shout out to Sylvia Brumfield. They were so impressed by that little impromptu class I did. Right there, they said, hey, they let us sit in for the rest of the contents class. They was doing it for a couple of days. So they let us pop in and out at leisure because we still had to do our job at the help room. Not only that, when it was all said and done, Miss Judy said, let me get y'all name and number down. If we have an opening in contents, would y'all be willing? Would y'all be open to come? We said, yeah. From that point forward, she nicknamed us her, quote, MSB girls. Hey, my MSB girls. And if you know Judy Duchess, she's Southern. So she got a deep Southern accent. Hey, my MSB girls. So what ends up happening as things are dying down in the help room, as help rooms do, we get a call from Judy. Hey, MSB girls, I got some openings and contents and I thought about y'all. Judy don't know us from a hole in the wall. All she knows is that first interaction in that impromptu class. That's all she knows about us. She does not know us. She gave us a chance. She said, I got 3 openings. One of y'all can go down to Louisiana and do contents in the field, or I got 2 openings for y'all to go to Lake Mary, Florida and do contents in the office. Well, Mom and I weren't ready to be separated, so we opted for Lake Mary. And that was the beginning of what, and here I am, still here, 20 years later. You don't know what the universe has planned for you. You have no idea. You have no idea. Don't count yourself out. Give yourself a chance. 20 years later, I've gone beyond the pilots and the Renfros and the Worleys and the Wardlaws and the Alacrities. I've gone beyond that. I've gone beyond that. If you'd have told me on September 19, 2005, that I would be here March of 20 years later, I'd have been like, you crazy as hell. Ain't no motherfucking way I'm going to be there. But I look at it and I still get it. I cried so bad I was shocked, girl, when they gave me that award. I was like, y'all playing, right? Y'all are joking. Y'all are literally bullshitting me. No. Like, they'll tell you. I was shocked. I thought I just really started presenting from them. Like, really, in the full scheme of things, what, 5 years? In 5 years, I've made it here. Just at PLRB. 2017 to 2025. I say 5 because COVID took out 2 years of that, right? So, and that wasn't even the full 5. Remember, the very first year, I didn't present at all. Mama did PLRB presents. I didn't do PLRB presents till 2018. So really 4, respectively. What you want to do? Like, what do you want to do? What you really want to do? You want to get to a certain level so you can have a certain amount of money so you can pursue your real dream? Because I'll tell you this, I really didn't know I have a lot of talents. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I was going in a certain direction in life initially, coming out of high school, going into college, and then that kind of blew up and didn't work out. And I was just kind of wandering around before I got to insurance. I was wandering around. I'm multi-talented. I'm good at a lot of things. I'm really organized. I'm really methodical. I'm, sometimes too much by the book. And, but I always knew I wanted to be a business owner. I knew that. And it just happened that when I started learning about insurance and learning about property insurance and learning how it worked and started getting a real concept of like what I was doing here and starting to really like understand the industry and what my role was in it and how important the role was, then it almost became like my mission to be really good, because I really wanted to help the policyholders have the most positive experience possible, especially when it came to me as an adjuster. I can't speak for everybody else and what everybody else do at the desk, but I wanted, at least when Charlene Hoskins has your claim, I'm going to do it right. You're going to have a positive experience with me. Your faith shall be restored, at least for that moment, for that claim, for that point of period of time. Your faith in your insurance company and the claims process will be restored with me. I just wanted to be really good at my job. And then I'm competitive and I'm an overachiever. So I just wanted to be better than everybody else. And I'm always looking at processes and thinking outside of the box. I've always been like that, no matter who I worked for, what industry I was in. So it worked out for me that way. And it can work out for you that way too. Like, I'm just going to keep encouraging y'all because you need it. Because you're worth it. Because you can do it. Because you're smart enough. You really are. I'm telling you, if I can do this, you can do it. I'm telling you, man. If I can do this, you can do this. And I've helped so many other people be able to do this. Whether it was you were on my team when you first became an adjuster and now you're like running the whole claims department of some IA firm somewhere. I've got people like that. Or you are the preferred adjuster for your region in the field because you got your licensing class and all your coaching from me. Like, you can do it, dude. So what do you want to do? Because outstanding claims presentation. What the baby? And I be in my class being exactly how I am right now. They love my little crazy ass. I don't know what it is. I'm a nut. I'm a whole nut. And they love that shit. Because insurance is dry and it's boring. And when you have a personality like mine, it just works out. Be yourself, but be good at what you do. Perfect your skill set, man. Whether you in the field, whether you at the desk, is that damn hair, I'm about ready to snatch this damn ponytail off my head. Whether you at the field or at the desk, just be good at what you do. Whether you're in litigation, liability, casualty, property, workman's comp, health, just be environmental. Just be good at what you do. Trucking, contents. Be the best. We the best. Who? We. Okay. Just, girls, 5%. They're about to shut me down, chat on this phone. Okay. I could get my charger out of my purse, but I don't feel like doing it. I have been live almost freaking 2 hours, dude. Thank you, everybody who tapped in. If y'all like this, please comment. Let me know. Give me some feedback. What do you want from me? I like the adjuster checkup, but I'm not sure I'm giving you all what you need. So I need your feedback. I want to give you what you need. I'm not here to sell it to you. I'm here to tell it to you. Okay? This isn't about, oh, come be an adjuster and come to my class. No. Because I'm going to start gaming. I shut my TikTok down because of, the new agreements and stuff. I'm going to upload some of the videos I put on TikTok because I'm trying to also educate the policyholders too. And hopefully in educating the homeowners, the policyholders, the property owners, I can also educate adjusters all at the same time. We all need to know. Because the policyholders is lost. They don't know how to advocate for themselves. They think they just got to accept whatever we give them. And they don't know some of that stuff that's being given to them is being given by, unfortunately, people who are inexperienced, who their companies have not invested in their education. And that's not their fault. So we can't all be walking around blind because that's how people be salty about insurance. And then they don't want to pay for it or whatever the case may be. And then that only hurts them. Being underinsured, not paying for coverage, not paying for what you need, having deductibles that's too high, having policy limits that's too low, that hurts all of us, especially the person that owns the property. I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of being cussed out and telling somebody, unfortunately, your policy does not afford coverage for that. Girl, I want to pay, but you need the limits. You need the policy. You need to have paid the premiums for this coverage. You need the coverage. We want to pay it, but you need the coverage. Okay, anyhow. Please, 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 catch the playback. Tell me what you need. If you need something earlier in the day, because literally it's about 4 minutes to midnight here on Central Standard Time. whatever you need. If you need more advice on PLRB claims conference, if you need more advice on, I don't know, starting an IA firm, starting a training firm, da 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 da. Because I ain't even talked about the part about how I'm got three clients, three insurance company clients in Ghana, and I'm training in Ghana too. Okay. I told y'all I'm ignorant. I told you can't take me nowhere. I'm gone, y'all. It's almost midnight. I love you. For everybody who tuned in and listened the whole time, thank you so much. I appreciate all the love and support. Let me know what you need. Give me some real feedback, like for real. All right. I'll talk to you later. And for those who may have or is currently attending the Evolve training, yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's me, boo. Yes, I know it's a recording. Yes, they have my permission. Okay, somebody, I had a couple of people text me like, "Girl, text my mama. Your daughter is on this this IA firms doing this IA firms training. It's a recording. Does she know they're using her?" Yes, they do. It's part of the agreement. Yeah. So yes. We're still doing. We're still working. We're still hustling. And we out here. Okay? Good night, everybody. I'm signing off as soon as I figure out how to turn my live. And to answer your question, Jean, I'm doing very well. All right. So I'm gone, everybody. Y'all, peace out. Love you. Give me your feedback. Tell me what you need so I can give you what you want. All right. Tell me what you want from me. Take a look at what you see. Let me know if this right here is something you can have for you. All right. I'm gone. Bye, y'all. Do you want to stop? Yes.